Fire engines.
And now, here to say the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome Ag Pro Company's partner and corporate sales manager, Timmy Hires.
On behalf of our 1,600 employees across Ag Pro 77 dealerships, welcome to the Ag Pro 300. Drivers, start your engines!
The engine's at fire. You can feel the energy. Only one time has a driver won 3 in a row at Talladega. His name, Martin Truex Jr. Justin Haley tries to do it today.
Hey, everybody.
For every kid out there.
One moment. I'm still getting my shit sorted out. I'm just finishing up an early dinner, but a much needed dinner because I was fucking hungry. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. Obviously, it must be a good dinner if I'm making noises like that. Let me get my stream on my phone. And I will officially greet you all. These big potato wedges here. Oh, snap! Barry McCockiner made a new video. I'll have to watch that after the race. Gotta go to Google Chrome on my phone or my stream won't show up on the YouTube app. How fucking stupid is that? Can't believe it. We got a break in the weather today. I think they're going to get this race all the way in. Weather looks good till about 6 or 7 tonight in Talladega. And then tomorrow, the weather looks very good. I can hear my annoying voice. And please, why does the YouTube app suck this bad? It shouldn't take this long for me to be able to look at my own comments. But here we are. Caden, Lori, Michael, Jeff, DFS, Robert will probably be around. Everybody. The gang's all here. Today's pick is Ty Dillon. No leeches in this race. But my pick is Ty Dillon. I could have went with a longer shot. I almost said Brandon Brown. Or somebody like that. But Ty Dillon. Good redemption story. I'm still thinking about tomorrow, Michael. I haven't made up my mind yet. But I have a group of about 6 or 7 drivers that I'm considering. Oh, and just in case I didn't know, it's raining like fuck here in North Carolina because they're showing this race on Fox, and at the side of the screen right now, they're showing the radar. And my entire county is covered in bright green. I almost went with Michael Annett. Michael Annett is usually my go-to super speedway kind of sort of long shot. Hopefully the Colleague cars don't bore us to death today. Love you, Colleague Racing, but these super speedway races are hard to watch sometimes with them.
I am watching this area.
And I can't fucking listen to the race because they're showing us the weather. We know it's fucking raining. Good God. Here, listen to my local weather.
Through as we go through the next few hours, so we'll have to watch that for the potential.
Fascinating.
Of some large hail, but right now not thinking severe with that. There is a marginal risk still over the top of us, and
no, there's not a bad severe risk. Why am I watching the weather and not the race broadcast?
That means we could be looking at some large hail as we go through the evening hours. A little bit later on, from roughly Franklin through Toccoa, Clemson, Anderson.
Cars are rolling off pit road.
Essentially south and west of 285. Down there. So it looks like the severe threat once again is low, but certainly stay on guard for the potential.
Good, and turn on the fucking race.
As this evening, you can see
I want to watch it full screen, not the top corner.
Covering our southern county, so it could be south of I-85 that we are looking at the possibility of some large hail, and then this will start to break up later tonight into tomorrow morning, maybe some lingering showers across the mountains. Otherwise, a beautiful Sunday is in store. Of course, I will break into programming if we have any kind of tornado warnings right now.
Oh, goody. He promises he'll break in later.
On Facebook and also on the 10 o'clock news. Hope to see you then. Have a great evening.
Can I watch a race now? Thank you.
Fine, Speed, get a copy on us? Hey man, you're 2 in a row here.
Hey guys, is the race audio loud enough?
It's a big deal at Talladega.
Because I felt like last week it wasn't.
What is your plan here
I went back
today?
and listened to some of that
Teammates out
stream.
there, how are you going to get it 3 in a row?
Yeah, we hopefully first step is having a really fast leap up for gutter protection. Chevrolet, I'm proud to tell those guys. It's Colin Grayson who's done that for me. Everyone at the Turnover Eagles. But yeah, we got to get hooked up with our 2 teammates, AJ and Jeff. Hopefully ride and chill out for a little bit. And take it easy, take it calm, and then see what we got a little bit later.
I've never seen anything go too easy.
They're already talking about starting the train. Choo-choo! Single file around the outside. This is Talladega.
Exciting to watch here in the Super Speedway, so have a good one, man.
Yeah, for it. Thank you, Joey.
Confidence is key. And if you're driving for Kala, you've got to like your chances when you come to Daytona or Talladega. Look at them in Talladega. 11 starts.
Oh man, these baked beans are so good.
Wins. They came a year ago. Top 5 on 3 different occasions.
You're jealous right now. I can tell you are.
And we all know, if you're going to win here, you have to have some help in the draft. So how do you balance it out, Joey?
Well, the draft plays an important role here at Talladega.
Versus just being selfish and saying, I'm going to go get it myself.
There is a fine line to that because I don't believe you can win all by yourself anymore in a super speedway. You got to have, whether it's manufacturers alliances or your teammate alliance, at some point during this race, you're going to need a little bit of help. You're going to need a friend at some point to maybe let you in, maybe to help push you to the front, help you win a stage.
You know,
have to do that.
it's
And
really
sometimes
impressive.
you're
Denny
not always
Hamlin
the one
won
that's gonna
multiple
get the
Daytona
push. You're
500s
gonna
with
have
so
to be
few
one doing the
teammates.
pushing. And that's not as much fun. Trust me. You, as a racer, you are naturally selfish to go out there and win the race. But
Caden, there will almost certainly be a train for a lot of this race.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if you want to have
The Kala cars are dominant here, and they were already talking about it.
More and more aggressive as we close in to the finish. You got to try and do the work with the guys that you want to be connected with, hoping that they're still in the race and in one piece as we get to the end. Do some favors for some of your teammates, manufacturer alliances, whatever it might be, in hopes that when it comes down to it at the end, you'll be able to do some good work and maintain that track position or go and get it if you don't have it.
It's also the pit strategy. It goes
Oh, yeah,
that too.
absolutely.
Pitting together is important as well.
You guys just talked about one thing I want to focus on, and that's aggression. Because I talked to a lot of drivers this week. Some said you have to be aggressive. Others say you must be patient. Be there at the end. How does all of that shake out, Joey?
I care what I think.
Talking to the right person. I'm the guy that's going to run up front all day long if I can. Because I feel like I'm learning a lot because of that. I can get my stage points because there's no guarantee what's going to happen at the end of this race. You're talking to a guy that says 5 straight DNFs on Super Speedway. So maybe it's not the best advice. But I got a few wins to go along with that, so it's really checkers or records for me. That's my attitude out there. I can't say it's right every time, but most of the time, you can get up front and lead some laps, get a lot of points by the end of the day. That's the least you can do at these tracks.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as Sam. Unfortunately,
Bear back.
the last, I think, I didn't even complete the first lap here in the Cup car last year. I was crashed. So I mean, it's checkers or records, and I vibe with that. I get it. It's a lot of fun to race and be up front and be aggressive all day.
And if you're too aggressive, you might just end up in the big one. We seem to always see it at Talladega.
I don't know. You just see like dipshits out there that look like they're gonna wreck, and they're all squirrely whirlies up there in front of you.
I think you're watching some guys make moves, and it puts you in this mindset of, hey, they're gonna make a mistake, they're gonna cause the big one, and I want to get out.
You can just feel things are building, and it's going to be hectic whether you come out on the other side of it or not. The best way to avoid that is to bail out.
2 Xfinity races at Talladega now. One, we had 2 last year because of the pandemic. This is the first year that we've had 2 scheduled Xfinity races at Talladega.
Checkers are records for me.
It's official. The drinking phrase today, it is checkers or records. That's at least 4 times I've heard it. Now we hear from our pit reporters, Vince Welch and Regan Smith, working the pit lane. And Regan, you get to go first because you won here in 2013. What's going on?
Well, I appreciate that, Adam. Such a great memory. Talladega is an amazing facility to race at. Josh Berry, making one of his first starts here, is the winner from the most recent.
Josh Berry's going to go back-to-back. I doubt it, but
Numerous things, one of which being extra sponsorship, a very good pit for today, his best starting position in the Xfinity Series, and more importantly than that, the respect and confidence of his competitors. Very important in the draft today. He was quick in Daytona. He feels very good about his chances to win at the shortest track a couple weeks ago in Martinsville. Double it up at the longest track at Talladega. Vince?
Well, Regan, Brandon Jones in this 19 team is one of the 4 that's eligible for the $100,000 Dash for Cash bonus today. And when I talked to Jones before he got in the car, he made no bones about the fact that he was excited. He said there's a little extra incentive. And said, in fact, he recently moved into a new home. He'd like the home gym. He's got some of that money spent already. So, yeah, it goes quick. Easy to spend that money, but oh, so hard to earn.
When they got rid of that bubble of air between the cars in the Cup Series and they put the even bigger spoiler on, that killed Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski's dominance at the super speedways. They still consistently get up front and lead a lot of the race, but runs can come from anywhere, and they can't just get up there and stay in a line and cruise all day like they could in the bubble era. Peak bubble era was Stuart Haas racing in 2018 at Talladega in the fall. That was just fucking miserably boring. I have never watched such a forgettable Talladega race in my life. Oh wait, yeah, I have. The spring 2018 Talladega race was almost just as bad.
40 to 42, we could see green flag pit stops in that final stage.
Denny's going to finish second again, only if I pick him though, Robert. I'll do you a favor, Robert. I am not going to pick Denny tomorrow, so you won't finish second. Dash for Cash, Hemrick, Gregson, Josh Berry, Brandon Jones. That's actually a good group for the Dash for Cash.
Martinsville a couple of weeks ago, he starts 4th, and while we don't have to focus on...
Hope that dude that was in that wreck in the ARCA race is okay. Obviously didn't watch the ARCA race because I'm smarter than that, but I saw pictures of the wreck. Hope he's okay.
And now some team radio as we get set for the green flag. Give me an idea of the mental focus for the drivers right now, because you sit around all day long.
You are not actually going to waste a pick on Timmy Hill tomorrow, are you?
Now it's a reality. How do you reel it all in and get set to go compete?
Well, you talked to some of these drivers here before, they're saying about how, we're going to be relaxed. We're going to try to take our time. They're saying he's going to let us
coming to the one to go right here. I think they were going to go green here, but they waved off the start.
It's important to go make moves. Just go make moves. They might not always work. You have plenty of time to recover. It's still early. Yes, it's a short race. It's only 13 laps or so. So it's a short race, but you can still afford to make a couple mistakes and learn for later on. And I feel like that's probably the biggest thing for these Xfinity drivers that don't have a whole bunch of super speedway experiences, to go out there and do it. Just make the move. And eventually, you figure out what works and what doesn't, because these days we don't have practice anymore, so you don't go out and try it then. So how else are you going to learn? Staying in line will not do that.
Yeah, you got all this anticipation, right, as you mentioned.
Deckers 250. Oh, I didn't even know she was in this race.
We got cars on track, getting ready to take the green here next time by. And so, as you mentioned, Joe, I think getting out there and making moves is important. But
Chad Little won a Busch race at Talladega.
So built up anxious, now they're like, oh, we're going to go race.
Honestly, forgot about that. If I ever knew it to begin with.
Aggressive moves. That's when we see the wrecks. It's okay to
Almirola won here in 2017 in the Xfinity Series. It was a great race that day.
Too close too early. You got a long way to go. It's a lot harder to win this race if you've crashed and ripped your nose off or teared your side up. So believe me.
He said teared your side up.
Now our performance track facts. 6 wins at Talladega for the Blue Oval. The first coming for Chad Little in 1995. His son Jesse is racing today. And the last courtesy of Eric Almirola, who did it in 2017, driving that 98 car a handful of years ago. Joey, you won here in a Ford. In fact, Pinsky's won here a couple of times. You did it. Brad Keselowski did it. And the pole sitter trying to join you today, the reigning champ, Austin Cindric.
Talladega. God, why don't we go green that last lap?
By a Roger Penske-owned team before earlier this season, winning in an Xfinity car at Daytona, and I've got to believe that knowledge helps and translates here to today.
Absolutely, and boy, that has been taking forever. Brad and I and Blaney all have been so close to winning that Daytona Xfinity race.
Hey Joey, why didn't you win Daytona this year? Oh yeah, because you're an idiot.
Cindric was able to get that done, but being up front, like we said, making moves. you learn a lot, but you also gain confidence. And I feel like a confident race car driver on a super speedway, you know it. You know, when you're following somebody, you know when this guy's confident, knows what he's doing.
Boy, that iRacing super speedway package really sucks, doesn't it? That shit was so boring the other night. And apparently all the iRace people are like, yeah, the new super speedway deal on iRacing's kind of garbage in the cup cars anyway.
Daytona, you see that confidence growing, and he just, you know.
Remember, no locking bumpers. Dumbest rule in NASCAR.
It's been exciting to watch him develop into a champion and a good super speedway racer as well.
We're coming to the green. Talladega. That's my announcer voice. And here we go. Looking awfully rainy in the distance all of a sudden. Ain't that a bitch? Green flag. Not used to seeing Harrison Burton in that color of race car.
This is where you just see a shove fest, right? When there's 2 by 2 by 2. Someone's trying to single file out, whether it's the top or the bottom, trying to gain control of the race.
Noah pushing Hemrick out front. Ironic. Daniel Hemrick takes the lead. Noah to second.
Yeah, you know, this start of the race, but hey, initial start is a great time.
Cindric got
the timing and pushing.
Wow, that's a lot of horsepower out of that 22. He had no push whatsoever from Harrison Burton. He was like 2 car lengths back, and he stayed with Gregson and Hemrick. Side drafted him, and they draw even now.
And with these Xfinity cars now, there's a rule you cannot. Ooh, that's gonna be close there. You gotta be close when you start pushing like that. And you can push, you can bump here, but you cannot attach.
Who's going to lead lap 1? Hemrick aggressively side drafts. Hemrick leads lap 1 by a nose. Not that leading laps matters anymore. I'm still stuck in my pre-2017 mindset.
Right behind his teammate, David right orange 18. Cindric hanging on to that double yellow line in the inside lane.
Yeah, a couple Gibbs cars up top.
Interesting how in iRacing the bottom line was dominant, but in these Xfinity cars it always seems to be the top line. And there you see they're forming up. There's only 4 cars on the bottom: Cindric, Haley, Jones, and Jeb Burton. Now a couple of cars shift to the bottom. Hemrick goes down to pick him up. Now Cindric shoots to the outside because he knows the outside line's going to be dominant. There was some shuffling going on there.
The sun's not sitting down and low. And
Hemrick's playing both lines really well. There's not a lot of momentum from either line, but the outside line seems to have a slight advantage.
I think the vision will be fine right now.
Talking about vision, a great shot here to show you that. It's our Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Jeb Burton almost won here driving for Junior last year. I was depressed when he didn't. There's my pick, Ty Dillon, in the sucker hole with no help. He's just going to have to tuck in behind the 98. That's not where I want to be. I don't want to be anywhere near Riley Herbst. Dude wrecks enough as it is at normal racetracks. This place has a tendency to have bad wrecks. I don't want to be anywhere near Riley Herbst.
These Xfinity cars are not the same as the Cup cars. With the big spoiler we have in our Cup cars, it's really hard to stop some of the runs. These have more, I call it a bubble behind the car. It's more like, I would say, imagine a beach ball. And as it gets compressed, it kind of pushes that front car out ahead. So you have more of that bubble in between the cars where it becomes a little bit easier.
Hemrick comfortably leading now.
But eventually you got to make a decision. If they're coming at you at the same speed with both lanes and you're the leader, well, you got to pick one of them. And that's where you rely a lot on your spotter and your rearview mirror.
Yeah, absolutely.
Top line has about a 3-car advantage now.
Behind the car that you can see in your rearview mirror, it's 2-3 cars behind them, shoving it.
Jeb Burton was sawing on the wheel going into 3. That's weird to see it somewhere like Talladega.
And that's why the spotters are so important here at the super speedways.
Fun about this racing though. I mean, and they are pinned all the way around here. You're not left them to even get close to doing that in Talladega. And it's all about working the air around you, working the draft. We always say it's a chess game. That's what it's about.
Wow, we got 5 whole laps before a commercial.
And it's stressful.
And they aren't even trained up yet. I guarantee when they come back for commercial, it'll be a full-on train. They were kind of getting there, but now they'll definitely be trained up because they're going to commercial. It tends to happen. Caden, I've complained about that my whole life. Drivers in a video game pissing me off so bad it almost makes me hate them in real life. I'll be right back. Enjoy the silence. I don't have a lot of energy today yet. Of course, they went to commercial literally 5 laps into the race. But I slept so heavy. I had a dream when I woke up. So I was about to wake up. Had a dream that I slept through the race. Like in my dream, I woke up and looked at my phone and it was like well past race time. And I was like, shit! And then I woke up for real. I was like, damn, did I fucking do it? And then I looked at the clock and it was like 1 in the afternoon. Maybe it was 2. I slept pretty late, and I slept for a long time.
By Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR.
Felt good, sir.
Daniel Hemrick has led the first 7 laps at Talladega for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We go on board with Justin.
Hey, they're not trained up yet. They're still 2x2. We're 8 whole laps in, but Justin Haley's leading that inside line, and we know how good he is here.
Justin Haley, as you see him battling for the lead right now on the inside.
No Colleague cars in his vicinity. A couple of cars back, I think, is Allmendinger.
He tore up the car that he won 3 straight races with the last time when we were at Daytona at the Speedways. Right now,
So the Colleague cars are not hooked up yet. I'd like to see Colleague cars run the bottom line and Cindric pull that top line with Hemrick because they're both pretty fast.
Last August at Daytona, only one other driver has won their.
So it's Haley, Jones, Jeb Burton, Snyder, then Allmendinger. So the Colleague cars are in the same line. They're just not nose to tail. Should they ban? How are you going to ban it, though? How are you going to ban single file? Who do you penalize if they get single file? Or if they get single file, you just throw a caution every time. You can't be single file. That's not really something they could ever do.
When you're part of that lane, you got to do your part in the lane to move it forward. A lot of that is
It's frustrating to watch, but you can't get mad at them. If I was in the race, I'd probably be single file chilling as well. Because I don't want to get taken out in a big crash, get hurt, or tear my shit up early in the race.
Is just going to bail on him and try to get with his teammate. He just chews up there anyway.
And Brandon Jones shoots up to that outside line. Now the inside line's done. There's 3 cars on the bottom. Haley, Jeb Burton, and Mike Snyder. Everybody else has went up. So this is the train on lap 10 coming to lap 11.
Yeah, this is definitely when some of those cars will start to disappear. And if you're Justin Haley or Jeb Burton, Mike Snyder, you're
looking for a hole.
Looking for a hole, yeah, absolutely.
You look in the mirror and you go, it's just us? Oh, no.
Yeah.
What about that 7 car, Vince?
Well, Justin Allgaier has not had much luck on the super speedways between Daytona and
Good news is, this is a very short stage. We've only got 15 to go, and they've just now trained up. Junior Motorsports cars are all running nose to tail in the top line. Well, 3 of them are, because they got Jones ahead of them and then Gregson in front of them.
I said, when you make that decision? He said, by lap 5. If I'm still up in the mix, I'll be in the mix. If not, I'm going to go to the back. Well, you see, he's still in that front pack. So he must like.
Those 3 cars on the bottom are still trying like hell. They're running about 6th place right now, but every lap they inch further and further back to the tail end of that long line.
He was able to get the victory at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Suspend everybody a week. Good call. They're asking for it.
And I always say this, and it's a horrible feeling at the same time. It's like, my chances of finishing this race is about 50-50. Whether I'm going to be on the hook or I'm going to be coming across the start-finish line on the last lap of 500 miles. And that's not really a comforting feeling sometimes. You know, you strap in, you say, I'm going to tighten his belt a little bit extra today. You just don't know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. But it doesn't.
I'll take a train race at Talladega any day over Kentucky or Texas, though, wouldn't you?
And that's at least for me.
Of course, if they let these fucking guys lock bumpers and push, this would not be a train race. These cars can hook up in two-car tandem, even with that tiny spoiler. If they would just let them do that, you wouldn't see a train race.
You know, get to the end of the first stage here, 13 to go. Everyone's putting together a plan now. Okay, when are we going to make a move? At what point is that? Is it 1 to go, 2 to go, off of 4? You just don't know yet.
What's that stupid shit the NASCAR officials say? I need to see daylight. Daylight between them cars. I need to see them daylights. Hey, look, it's Davey Allison. Oh, shit. Talladega really is haunted.
That's Chris Rice, but he brings up a great point. Last year, when they came here, they would ride in the back and just avoid any big accident. But you know what? They were running part-time.
Now there's only 2 cars on the bottom line. Who was that? Mike Snyder pulled up into the top lane. He found a hole.
The game plan changes.
The entire field is now single file except for 2 cars.
He's led them all. You're watching the NASCAR Xfinity Series on Fox.
Well, that's a commercial break you can't really be mad at. I don't know why you can't lock bumpers. Because NASCAR's like, we don't want to see no 2-car tandem race, so y'all can't lock bumpers. In Cup, you can lock bumpers all you want, but in Xfinity and trucks, they get bitchy about it. It's fucking annoying and stupid. You are watching the Fun Police 300 at Talladega. Of course, when Joey Logano used to run these super speedway races in Xfinity, I would see him lock bumpers a bunch and never get penalized for it. He would push guys for almost a whole lap and get way out front, but they never penalized him for it. So I always said the rule was no locking bumpers unless you're Joey Logano. Wasn't Brandon Marshall on the Dale Jr. show this week? I haven't listened to it yet. I might play NASCAR at Heat 5 after the race and listen to it. Should I feel so inclined? Boy, it is a rainy fucking day here. It has rained nonstop. It was raining before I woke up, but then again, I slept till like 1:30, 2 o'clock or something. Like how they said, this is Talladega, and they showed a big one from Daytona a couple years ago. Hey, we got action. They are no longer single file. Noah Gregson's taking the lead on the inside line with Justin Haley. Wow, the 3 Kaulig cars. Gregson, 3 Kaulig cars, and Mike Snyder lined up on the bottom, and Gregson had the lead for a moment.
You've got to have friends out there. We talked about this before the race.
Lots of Chevrolets on the bottom. It's a mixed bag on the outside, obviously. Hemrick pulls back ahead and leads the lap. 8 to go in stage 1, but we have action.
He jumped down there, and they started really making progress. Got all the way really past.
I'm probably not going to stream anything else today.
As they kind of fought back at the top side. But
I might pop in and do a Heat 5 stream any given day. I don't know.
It kind of changed the whole complexity of this race.
Hemrick shoots to the bottom, shoots back to the outside. Poor Cindric up there. Fucking the only other Ford out there that's worth a shit is Riley Herbst, and he's not much help. And now we cut away from the battle of the lead to show Clint Boyer's face. Hey, they're racing for the lead right now, but hey, you can win Clint Boyer's money. They literally just cut away from a great battle. I can't see what's going on. Hey, I wonder who's leading right now. It's either Gregson, Hemrick, or Haley. I don't know. I can't tell. Anywho, battle for the lead. They're getting racy for these stage points, I guess. Will they be this racy late in the race, or will they just get single file and let whoever win? Uh-oh, Hemrick, you in no man's land. Pick a line, buddy. There you go. Ooh, boy, Cindric's peeking out for Hemrick every chance he gets. Brandon Jones in the sucker hole. He fucked up. He let them Junior Motorsports cars get to his outside. Hemrick again. Uh-oh, Hemrick pick a line and stay in it. Cindric sweeps to his inside. Cindric wants to take this lead. And Cindric goes to the inside and takes the lead. He picks up Gregson. Now Cindric's the leader. 6 to go. Cindric was looking antsy sitting there. And now he pulls back up in front of Hemrick. And now he goes to the bottom to pick up Gregson again. And I think this is going to get Hemrick the lead back as Hemrick got to his quarter panel. Heavy side draft. The real push is on the bottom, though. Much better push on the bottom. Cindric still got the lead.
The Chevrolets lined up on the bottom with Noah leading that group, reestablished themselves, and I think he wanted to give a shot down there. Right now, it looks like the right move.
And this is when, if you're Austin Cindric, you're out there, you're the Lone Ranger,
Cindric, Gregson, Hemrick third.
Up in front right now.
And we cut away from the battle for the lead again to show a full screen replay of something we just saw. There you go, Fox. There's action constantly going on up front, but we have to show that replay. Now Cindric's back up in front of Hemrick, and Gregson's pulling up to take the lead. If we get to watch this before they cut away to something else again, or before they zoom the camera in to where you can't see anything, that's another thing they like to do on Fox. Gregson's the leader now. Lead's changing every lap. Multiple times a lap.
He got to the lead, he got down in front of the 9, but he has a line of Chevys behind him. You know, most likely, when they get the opportunity...
Is there fluid coming out of Gregson? There was like fluid on the onboard camera of Justin Haley. Don't get my hopes up. 4 to go in stage 1.
As many of them out there, they may be more likely to work with you.
Yeah, we just saw Josh Berry in the 8 there get Harrison out of line, putting him in the middle. But as we were kind of talking about in break, we were waiting for when the middle might start to come to, and this might be their opportunity if, depending on what the outside line does here.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say there won't be a big one here. These are all the best drivers in this pack right here. They'll probably be smart enough, but you never know. Well, idiots like Brandon Jones. Is Riley Herbst even in this lead pack? I don't think he is.
It's the money here today as we go on board with Harrison Burton. This is our offer pad onboard camera, and he is shooting down the middle.
Gregson, Haley, Burton, and Allmendinger pull ahead on the bottom. Cindric in the middle. He's got help, but it's a couple of car lengths back. Now they're 3 wide.
And some of those Chevrolets to line up on the bottom, which if you're a Ford or a Toyota, you don't want to see that.
Yeah,
Gregson solidly in the lead now with 3 to go.
Each other on the bottom. And as soon as they got 3 wide, that outside lane is starting to fall apart.
Josh Berry and Brandon Jones going to the back in the middle.
Except they're all going to be on the bottom.
All alone.
They keep staying committed. The top lane needs to get formed somehow. And that's always so hard to do. If it's 2-3 wide, no one wants to keep up the spot to get back in line. But if you don't, you're never going to get back up to the lead.
Josh Berry in the 8, working that outside.
I'd say that line of Chevrolets on the bottom has this stage well in hand now. They're 3 wide up top. There's not really any push whatsoever in the middle. Cindric has such a fast car, though. Cindric is getting these huge runs with barely any help. He side drafts a guy.
Interesting how separated that bottom line.
And he can pull up past them and clear them almost. He's the only car I can see that can do that without any real help.
Up there to the third car in line. That's on the bottom there, Jeff Burton.
This is where, the 20.
Everybody else needs a car right on him. He really doesn't.
The
He's not going to make any big moves like that, but he can at least maintain where he's at. Hell, he's back up to second now. And now here comes an outside line.
With 2 to go on the stage, if you want to get the stage win and you're not in the line of cars on the bottom with the Chevrolets, you're going to have to really get aggressive and go for this playoff point.
We're coming to last lap of the stage. Who will do something stupid? Gregson has to pull up to block Cindric on the outside. That opens the door for Haley on the bottom with help from his teammates. Haley's pulling up to side drive Gregson. Justin Haley takes the lead now. Clears Gregson. Gregson slots into second behind him on the inside. Oh, Allmendinger gets turned sideways and saves it. Ooh. Ooh.
Gregson went to block the 22 and then the 11 passed.
That was a good save. That was a really good save. Zoom that fucking camera out, dude. I can't see. Haley and Gregson. No push to Gregson just yet. They're coming through the tri-oval. He's picking up the outside line. Haley well ahead. Burton to the inside of Gregson. Justin Haley's going to win stage 1. Jeb Burton second. Nice move by Burton there to keep Gregson from getting a run around Haley. Justin Haley won stage 1. Allmendinger just got loose off a 2. My God. That looked like those Hendrick cars a couple years ago.
He needs a new pair of shorts after that one.
Allmendinger was literally just riding on the bottom, and that thing snapped around.
Justin Haley beats his teammate Jeb Burton back to the line.
Well, that 25 laps right there was better than anything you saw in that iRacing bullshit Wednesday. So Haley, Burton, Gregson, Cindric, Harrison, Burton, Allmendinger, Hemrick, Brandon Jones, Brandon Brown, Justin Allgaier, top 10. Well, that was exciting. We had about 5 laps of train racing. That's about all we got there. And now they're going to be bunched up, restart, and do it again. Fun stuff. Everybody's talking about that Mortal Kombat movie. I haven't watched it. I don't know if I will. I like Mortal Kombat stuff, but I never really loved it because I suck at fighting games. Oh my God, shut up. Black Flag Matter. Fox be like, after 1.5 laps of racing, we'll take a commercial break. Commercial break. Fox. And we're back. Let's take a quick break. Can't believe how good the weather is. And I can't believe how good the racing is. That was good, clean, super speed. Look, if these guys in Xfinity can race like that hard for a stage win, can the Cup guys not kill each other on lap 15 like they did in Daytona?
Xfinity Series here at Talladega.
It can be done, ladies and gentlemen. Super Speedway racing doesn't have to be a bloodbath.
Justin Haley, he led the final 2.
And we need as many cars running as possible to get racing like that in the Xfinity Series, because it's really hard for them to make big runs. They need a big pack of cars. That's what hurt the 500 in February. Yes, they could get big runs, but without all that energy in the pack, it got strung out.
We saw him with that big save, and AJ, maybe the understatement of the year, said it's not very comfortable. It's too loose for the 16. They'll snug him up as well.
The exact opposite for AJ's teammate Justin Haley in the 11 car. That race car is just a little bit too tight for him on the bottom. The front tires aren't working well enough. And the 9 car of Noah Gregson expected.
Jeb Burton takes the lead on pit road with 2 tires. Haley second, Hemrick third, Cendric fourth, Jones fifth, Mike Snyder sixth, followed by Ty Dillon, Riley Herbst, and Harrison Burton, and H. Allmendinger in the top 10.
Justin Haley, and here's how the 11 got the
This was a great move by Haley, and then Jeb Burton made an even better move on the last lap to get the second.
The bottom lane was so tight that momentum was going to switch over, and really, Haley just got a gift there.
Justin Haley is so good at this. Can we start putting some respect on his name? Especially for super speedway racing. Dude's really good. And I'm a junior fan. If anybody's qualified to pass judgment on someone's super speedway skills, I am. And Justin Haley is legit. We had some cars stay out, by the way. Jason White, Ryan Sieg, Jade Buford, Landon Castle. How did Landon Castle lose the fan vote to Jesse Iwuji for the iRacing event? That was so silly. It's like, wow, just because, oh, wow, Jesse Iwuji, but he was in the Army, so it's okay. Yes, sir. If these guys do stay out here, we're going to have quite a different look up front. I don't figure they'll stay out, will they? You can't go 50 laps on gas here. And we're back.
NASCAR Xfinity Series racing is sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Why am I a Democrat? Because I was raised Republican, and Republicans pissed me off so bad I switched. But I don't even know if I'm really a good Democrat. I feel like I should just be... I should be registered as an independent. But I can tell you after the last, I don't know, 5 years or so, I heavily lean left. So the last 5 years is what did it. So yes, Jeb Burton will be the leader. All those guys who initially stayed out did pit.
Jeb Burton talking with his spotter, Brett Griffin, who's always been really, really good, especially at the speedway tracks, and that's why...
Brett Griffin has not been a good super speedway spotter. How many fucking big ones has he caused with Clint Boyer? Fuck off with that. Oh, Brett Griffin, really good spotter, super speed. Not really.
And, you don't get to do this all the time, and, you just 4 times a year.
Brett Griffin's like the Joey Logano of spotters on super speedways.
You're working with your cup guy all the time, so it's just trying to get everyone on the same page. The best thing you can do is just ask the question, what did you mean when you said that during the race that you know this is a long ways to go here?
Hey, Jeb Burton takes the inside lane. I thought with his teammate on the front row with him, maybe he'd take the outside, they'd work together, and he blends down. That's not the case. Teammates side by side here.
We'll have to see.
Unless they got something we haven't thought of.
Lap 30, stage 2.
Let's listen in to Austin Cindric outside road.
We're back to racing. Calling cars on the front row. Jeb picked the inside. Haley drags the brake, lets him up in line on the outside. Here you go, people. Colleague Racing. Well, 2 of them. Allmendinger's a little further back. He lost some spots on pit road. But Burton and Haley are 1-2 up front on that high line where they want to be. Snyder goes 3 wide. He doesn't have any help. That's going to open the door for Cindric and Riley Herbst and send Mike Snyder probably to the back unless he can find a hole to slide into. There's my pick, Ty Dillon, finally showing his face up in the top 10. Am I a cop hater? Only bad cops.
Tomorrow, it was the reverse of what we thought. Instead of the 10 going down in front of the 11, he slid up to the outside in front of the 11. I don't see that often here.
They pulled the okie dokie the other way.
The reverse.
Yeah, but you know something.
Jeb Burton and Justin Haler are like, we are going to train this motherfucker up. They are trying to really hard.
The next 2 cars behind him. That's the information you need as a driver. That spotter is so important to paint a picture of what's going on behind you. Because you don't ever want to make a move not knowing what's going on around you. You have to take all that into consideration.
Riley Herbst. Here goes Cindric and Herbst to the inside together, breaking up the train. Cindric has the fastest fucking car. He just took the lead with that move. He just took the lead with that move. He doesn't have the push behind him, though, but he took the lead almost single-handedly. Cindric's got the best car in the field. Question is, will he have enough help?
Cindric has had a dancing partner when it comes to manufacturer help, and a real good start to this race for Riley, who had been top 10 in 2 of the last 3 races coming.
If Cindric had just like 2 teammates, he would probably lead every lap of this race.
His first year over there.
I see a lot of Chevys on the top now.
Oh, look at that. Colleague, 1, 2, 3. Junior Motorsports, 4th, 5th, 6th.
And when you're in that bottom lane, I don't know if you noticed this, Tyler, a lot, but
Line of Chevrolets up top. 6 of them, actually. Make that 7. All 4 Junior Motorsports cars are behind the 3 Colleague cars. And on the bottom, you've got your 2 little bitty Fords.
Especially when you have some committed drivers and teams behind that helps a lot as well. But a fast car is a fast car, and it moves forward all the time.
Yeah, definitely when you're in the situation of like Austin, Riley on the bottom, that's not really ahead of the top line of cars. You're kind
I love that paint scheme on Jeb Burton's car. It vaguely reminds me of Dale Jarrett's old paint schemes.
The Chevys have kind of lined
Just because of the colors, obviously.
they really sucked a lot of the air off.
Hey, did you see Brett Moffitt has switched his points from trucks to Xfinity starting this week? Because Nice Motorsports is running like ass in the truck series. 3 wide, Noah Gregson in the sucker hole. He's got help, though. He's got 2 teammates. He's not alone. 3 wide from second on back.
Easy going to the end of stage 1, and it's like they started off stage 2.
Jeb Burton's got the teammates. Cindric's got the horsepower.
Look at Brandon Brown, 4th in line, outside lane, single car effort out of Virginia. He's starting to work.
And we cut to full screen replay while they're running 3 wide.
Up there as well. He got a penalty.
Oh, man, look at this thing Gregson did 2 laps ago. Whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Is Mr. Aggressive Noah Gregson back into the top 5.
Wow, he made a nice pass 2 laps ago. Congratulations. Riley Herbst has been shuffled out. They made a whole middle line to get Riley Herbst out of that pack.
This race is official. When we talk about the forecast, there is a chance of rain and thunderstorms throughout the rest of the afternoon.
Cindric takes the lead on the inside, but for how long? Here's the side draft, and we go to commercial. Jeb Burton leads that lap. Is Josh Berry blowing up? Are they even going to... I saw smoke out of Josh Berry's car, but they went to commercial, so I don't know. It's a mystery, people. We'll find out after a word from our sponsor. Yeah, I can't wait to watch Barry's new video on YouTube. This time he did an Andrew Luck video. Hey, NFL draft is Thursday. Yeah, buddy. I can't wait. Get to talk about football. I miss football. you believe Dave Mader finished second today? It had only been 10,864 days since he last finished in the top 10 in an ARCA race. And that was to second place behind Charlie Glotzback at Talladega in July of 91. Dave Mader, a.k.a. the one guy most people can't recognize from the 1992 All-Star Race poster. Bob Pockris. So far, rain cells have missed the racetrack with the end of Stage 2 coming before halfway. This race would be official as long as they could get to the completion of Stage 2 at lap 50. Could create urgency. So there's rain showers out and about, but they're hit and miss. They're breaking up near the racetrack. But I think rain could be a factor. Looking at the radar I just looked at, rain could be a factor by the end of this. Bear that in mind. It looks all bright and sunny out there right now, but I saw some dark clouds skirt past the track in Stage 1, and there could be more coming. Old Dave Mader. I should have watched the ARCA race just for that. If I'd have known Dave Mader was going to finish second, I'd have watched the ARCA race. Would have been some shit if he won it, though. God. Colleague 123, you can see on the leaderboard there. Best car in the field, though, is Austin Cindric. No doubt about it. Ford needs to do something about their Xfinity Series program. You know, Robert, Kyle Pitts would be a great pick, and I'd be very happy to have him. But is he going to... I was like, great, Kyle Pitts, a tight end. I'd love to have him, but can he rush the passer? Can he play offensive line? Because we need a pass rush and some help on the offensive line is what we need primarily.
Checkers and records today. Checkers and records today.
I'd be bad if I was in his shoes too, based off what he's done in his career. Man, what a day. He's still a great here.
Is that still your ringtone, Joey? I know for a while you had that.
Cindric with help from Ty Dillon takes the lead. Remember, my pick is Ty Dillon. I haven't talked much about it today, but Ty Dillon is in third now, and he just pushed Cindric out front. Gregson has lost the draft. Just about. Is that on purpose, or did he just get shuffled out? Wow, Fox, that was a wide camera shot. More of those, please. It's like I can see more of what's going on.
Oh, he's got a head of steam going now.
Ty Dillon has a couple of teammates behind him. There's a train of Gibbs cars behind Cindric.
For Junior Motorsports in 2018, he's won 4 plate races with 4 different drivers, including you, but he's never won here, and I know that bothers him. He wants to win at this place. You know,
So Gregson caught back up. Gregson was about to lose the draft, but he settled in behind Michael Annett, and he's going to stay hooked onto this group, unfortunately. I was hoping he would lose it. He's got a fast car, too, Gregson. Look how fast Gregson is back there. I hate the little fucker, but that car's fast, too.
Oh, there you go. Part of the equation, fastest lap. Lay back and rally behind.
Oh, because of the formula and the way they set the starting lineup, Gregson lagged back and got a huge pull to the draft to get the fast lap, or to try to get the fast lap so he can help his starting position next week. Very nice. Cindric, Ty Dillon, Daniel Hemrick. $13, Ty Dillon. It ain't much, but I plan on winning big money tomorrow. Really, anything more than $10 is nice. So.
Xfinity win back at Indianapolis in 2014. But did you mention?
You remember when the Xfinity cars used to race the oval at Indianapolis? No thanks. But I remember that race he won, and that was a good race.
But that's what Ty Dillon needs today. Needs a good, strong finish, and he's showing right now he's got the car and the position to do it. But we got a long way to go.
And he's been very open, as Ty Dillon, on social media about how he struggled mentally because of all the things that have gone wrong. Having a good afternoon so far at Talladega.
Well, let's not jinx him, okay? Even though I probably jinxed him, he's cursed to finish second now. He's trying to get the lead from Cindric. Didn't have a run, but they slide up in the top line. 3 wide now from third on back. We got 3 strong lanes, at least for the time being. One of those lanes will not last. Jim Burton with a nice power move, but he's going to run out of momentum. He's not going to take the lead without any push there. Side draft.
I'm sure everyone, we were wondering, just sitting up here watching.
Ty Dillon to the outside of Cindric. They're 3 wide for the lead at the start-finish line. Go, Ty, go. Wow, this onboard camera really didn't show that awesome 3 wide pass for the lead by Ty Dillon. And they're still 3 wide. Dillon outside, Cindric middle, Jeb Burton on the bottom. Wow, these guys are actually racing today.
His normal spotter, Freddie Kraft, is not doing this race. Brett Griffin doing the speedways instead. Go ahead and get that communication down now.
And Jeb Burton feels like this place owes it to him, because when we came here last June, he was driving for Junior Motorsports. He was leading at the white flag. And it didn't
Big push coming from Haley to Cindric. Haley peeked to the middle, but he didn't want to make that move in the tri-oval. Smart.
This is 10-car radio.
And if you wonder why they're racing like it's for the win,
It's for stage points. This is really good racing for this era. For this really bad super speedway aero package, this is pretty good racing. Ooh. Haley went to get down, but Jeb Burton was there, and they almost touched.
And that's how it looks from the...
Wow, Fox, that's fascinating.
Austin Cindric is...
What the fuck? You guys see what they're doing? That's what it looks like when you're a spotter. And they put like binoculars on the screen. Fascinating. Hey, we finally get a side-by-side commercial break so I can tell you what's going on. Almost single file. It's amazing how they're going from fucking 3 wide to 2 wide to single file train, and then they jump back out and they're 3 wide all the way through again. Now the top line is dominant. Mostly single file. We got some cars dropping down to the bottom. Cindric still leading. Haley throws the block on Ty Dillon and gets a big push out front. But not enough to get by Cindric. What the fuck is all over Haley's onboard camera? That looked awful. You couldn't even see. Coming to 6 to go in stage 2. I've seen a couple of cars running the bottom coming out of the tri-oval towards start-finish hit a bump and like smoke. Like I see smoke or something. And it's fucked with me a couple of times today. I don't know what that's about. Haley takes the lead on the outside with a push from Jeb Burton. Cindric's got a faster car, though. Cindric and Haley door to door. Allmendinger goes 3 wide on Jeb Burton. Haley has to come up and block Allmendinger. Now Jeb Burton's in the middle going to the back. He's got some cars behind him. But that middle line's never going to maintain with those other 2 lines. Cindric's going up to pick up the Colleague cars. Now that leaves Ty Dillon in the middle. Now Gragson slots in. Now the bottom line has become the middle line. And Ty Dillon's in front of everybody. No, nobody's blowing up. There's just, I don't know what the hell that is over there. It's when they come out of the tri-oval towards start-finish line. It looks like somebody's blowing up every damn lap. It was always Junior Motorsports cars, too.
I love it when Fox takes us side by side because you miss nothing, and the racing has been incredible as we hit 4 laps to go in stage 2.
I feel like we went from like a 1 to a 10. There was no in between. We took the green flag.
Now the Colleague cars are in the top line together. Somehow, some way, they split up and make crazy moves, and then they find each other again.
But also,
so now Cindric's going to have to block them. Ty Dillon's trying to find a place in the top line. He can't get it. Now he's in the middle. Ty Dillon's going to the back. There was nowhere to go.
Which is awesome for us because it's so much fun.
Cindric's leading the inside line. Gregson's back up there now. He's behind Cindric.
As we see Justin Haley go back to the lead. That bottom line's not giving up though.
Gregson's car looks really racy. He's come from back to front faster than anybody. I think him and Cindric are the 2 cars to beat, but the Colleague cars have an alliance.
2-3 spots in the line, get back in, and it feels like 5 laps later they have a shot at the lead again. It's just been, as you mentioned, seesaw.
3 laps.
Colleague is smiling.
That was a late move by Cindric, but he was clear anyway. 3 Gibbs cars in the middle, but there's only 3 of them.
3 laps remaining in the stage, and going back to what you were talking about, Joey, this race will be official even if we get a thunderstorm and we have to stop the action on track once we get to the end of this second stage. So that's another reason, as you said, why these guys are so aggressive. And keep in mind, the Dash for Cash is on the line, leading in that category, the 9 of
Cindric,
Noah
Gregson,
Gragson,
Allgaier,
the other
Myatt
Dash for
Snyder.
Cash car in the top 10 right now. Daniel Hemrick.
Snyder sweeps to the outside to pick up the Collin cars. Good God, he looked like he was spinning out.
3 lanes across the race.
3-car breakaway, but there's not a lot of momentum there. 2 to go. This outside line is going to have a massive run when they get down the backstretch here. Now Allgaier's pulled up in front of it.
Here we go.
It's still sunny outside. I don't see any dark clouds, but yeah, could happen anytime.
We'll take it. So just feeling it out. I like it.
Hard for me to believe you're the only driver to win at Talladega in the
Gregson
Xfinity
goes up to
Series.
try to make a pass. Cindric blocks. Gregson back to the bottom. Cindric blocks again.
Well, we know one thing. Noah Gregson is not going to try to stay behind Cindric for long. His teammate's right there on the outside. This could be the move. He might be thinking about it right here off in the corner.
I don't know, he's put Justin 3 wide about every opportunity he's had, so I don't know.
That's true, yeah.
1 lap to go in stage 2. We're 1 lap away from the race being official. Gregson pulls up to the outside. Cindric can easily block. Now Cindric's got to go back to the bottom because here comes a run on the bottom.
Here's Jeff Burton.
Jeff Burton backing out.
He anticipated a
Huh.
big problem in that lead draft to end
I don't think they're going to wreck. Famous last words. Cindric, Ty Dillon, Daniel Hemrick. Oh, boy. I think Gregson's going to take the stage right here. Cindric got loose off the bumper of Dillon. No, he's still ahead, but Gregson's got to his quarter panel. Here comes the side draft. It all depends on what Allgaier wants to do or what kind of push Cindric's going to get from Ty Dillon.
Who's going to stay committed to the car in front of them, or maybe go 3 wide and try to win the stage?
Who times
I think Gregson's got it for the stage.
And watch where the
Yep.
finish line is.
Gregson wins stage 2. Just holds off Allgaier, who shot to his outside. Very racy there.
Right behind him, his teammate Justin
Really
Allgaier,
impressed with the
helped
9
push
car.
him to the win in that
As much as it
second
pains me to say it.
Jones and Dillon complete the top 5 for Gregson. It's his second stage win of the year.
Cool, I guess. At least it's not the race win. Not yet. I don't have to get mad yet. Cindric just got beat because he has no help. Wow, Chad Johnson. All these damn commercials, Fox. I'm missing laps. Hemrick isn't even leading anymore, and I missed it. Why? And Jeff Gluck said Chad Ochocinco quickly getting that classic NASCAR fan experience. But now you got to learn about Liberty Mutual and Geico all day long. Hey, did you guys know the start-finish line at Talladega is towards turn 1? Oh, my Lord. Well, if the big one happens with 10 to go, I assume a caution will come out. And then they'll line up and do it again. This race has run too cleanly to last that way. I'm very happy and impressed that they've made it this far. Hope it stays that way, but all it's going to take is one caution and a late restart to fuck everything up.
On Fox, live from Talladega, Alabama, Xfinity Series racing for the 8th time in 2021 with Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, both who have won here.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
And I'm going to tell you, they don't care who wins. They got the juice box and they are happy.
I think we're going to see some strategy here coming down pit road. A lot of different things going on.
Gregson took 4 tires on his first stop. What will he do here? Let's go to Vince Welch.
Well, and I'll talk first about the 7 of Justin Allgaier, who jumped to that top lane that late in the stage and picked up some spots, finished second. It's going to be 4 tires. The balance much better this run. As for the 19, upper left-hand corner, Brandon Jones, you see, took just 2 tires last time, just 2 this time. He liked his car much better, too. Regan?
Austin Cindric, that race car just a little bit tight. You see 2 tires and he's gone. A little hesitation.
Good to see an Xfinity race on regular-ass Fox. 2 tires, Gregson keeps the lead. Snyder second, Cindric third, Jones fourth, Ty Dillon fifth. Everybody's taking 2 or no tires.
The top 10 got 2 tires. Haley and Burton, the teammates at Colleague, who were 1-2 off the pit lane on our first cycle, come off 9th and 10th. And they went fuel only. We're ready for the final stage here at Talladega Super Speedway.
It's Talladega. I made a decent pick with Ty Dillon, but call it cars, Cindric and Gregson. Those are the ones to beat. I don't think Dillon's got anything for him. Without, like, the planets aligning and a huge push happening at the perfect time or something. Well, Sieg stayed out earlier and then pitted with the 1 to go before the restart, so he might be doing that again. Or maybe not, because, let me think. Yeah, they'll just pit again, I assume. But I could see Sieg and those guys staying out maybe now. I wish they would. Keep Gregson out of the lead. So if Cindric or Gregson wins, I'll get 2 bets tomorrow. Well, good. That makes me picking tomorrow easier because I've got a few in mind. That's awfully generous. But yeah, if one of them wins, you've got money to spare, I suppose. Ooh, you like how I hit that unmute button the moment they came back from commercial? I'm getting good at this.
Let's go places. And since we're at Talladega, let's do a little white lightning here and driving the whole.
Teresa's going to sue them. They're using the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated number 8 font. Teresa's got her lawyers on the phone.
That's a pretty nice bow tie, but Austin got in the bird with the bird under the hat's pretty neat too.
one big happy family there.
And Joey, you've informed us you don't ride shotgun with anybody.
No. I get car sick. I can't ride shotgun with somebody. I need to drive. I can't even take a car service.
So it's Gregson, Snyder, Cindric, Brandon Jones, Josh Berry, Riley Herbst, whose pit crew is doing a much better job than he is behind the wheel.
Let's analyze the first two stages of this race, and I would say the word of the day so far has been aggression. Now that we know this race is official and we have made it into the final stage, what is your approach as a driver, and do you have a favorite based on what you've seen so far, Joey?
Yeah, I was going to say the word's intense. I mean,
It's simple. Teresa Earnhart's a piece of shit.
And like I said, I think it's because...
And a shit mom and a shit stepmom.
They're popping up out of nowhere. You don't know, right? If you don't know, you're going out there
Sue me.
trying to take the lead, whatever chance you can get. I think that will continue into the race here. And I got my eyes on a couple guys. I obviously look at the 22 car as my teammate, but Austin Cindric. But
Allmendinger's back on pit road.
He's been the guy making the
for some reason. Saw Ty Dillon was scored way in the back. Don't know what happened there. Did they take 4 or something?
Because he's willing to make the moves. He's willing to take the risk and the chances. I got my eyes on him for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But got to keep an eye on the College cars. We started to see the Gibbs guys as well line up and stay loyal to each other. When it gets closer and closer to the end of this race, are they going to be able to work better together and maybe lock out some of the guys like Noah and Austin that have been aggressive and been able to, go to the front, go to the back, and move around through this field. So we'll see if that changes. A lot did in that first stage to second stage, that's for sure.
I think we'd all agree it's 3 drivers to watch going to the final stage. The 11 of Justin Haley, the 9 of Noah Gragson, and as you talked about, Joey, the 22 of Austin Cindric, who's had unbelievable maneuverability. This season, starting in Darlington on May 7th.
Hey, I'll be there. Oh, wait, I won't be there on May 7th. I'll be in Darlington on May 8th. My bad.
With the Triple Truck Challenge presented by
Yeah, I said this before. The more I hear about Dale Earnhardt, I'm like, damn, he was kind of a shitty dad, wasn't he?
The big cash prizes trucks back in action.
And his wife was a piece of shit.
They go to Kansas Speedway, calling the action, Vince Welch, and he's here with us on
to quote Robbie Gordon, it's a piece of shit.
A couple of cars had to come down pit road a second time. The 54 of Ty Dillon got some right front damage around the wheel well.
Ah, shit.
Corner when the 48 cut across his nose. And also the 16, a little
well, my pick lost all his track position and had some minor damage, but it looks like they got it squared away.
They took gas only. Allmendinger had to come back down a second time, and they put 4 tires on it.
Allmendinger's in the back. Ty Dillon lost all his track position. Gregson, Snyder, Cindric, Brandon Jones up front. Stage 3.
We start our final stage. Gregson, Myatt, Snyder on the front row.
The race could literally end any time if the right shower or storm comes through.
If you wanted to, it's going to pay the price for Noah here. It's Myatt, Snyder, and Derek Nealon and top the spotter stand are going to get out in front.
Man, I wish I could get $100 to watch a dog. You're living the life. Snyder takes the lead. Pulls down in front of his buddy Gregson. Now he shoots up to block Brandon Jones. Joey said no one's crashed yet. Yeah, good point. Not yet.
It could be a big one. There's a lot of cars left. Typically, this point of the race.
Allgaier lets Michael Annett pull up in line further back. That looks scary. Myatt Snyder has the lead. He's got the 2 best cars in the field right behind him there. And they go to his inside.
As we've been talking about.
Snyder pulls back up to Brandon Jones. Riley Herbst, that wild card there. 3rd place.
The guys that aren't in position, the drivers that are outside the top 10 are going to want to get in there. There's not even a lot of guys inside the top 10 that are happy where they're at. Everyone's trying to come to this top spot that Myatt's got right now. And when we see that with multiple lines developing and guys just trying to do everything they can to get to the front.
Nobody wants to be second. You remember who finished second?
Snyder really is struggling to pick a line. And I think that's actually helping the other line because he'll pull down in front of a line that didn't have a momentum, any momentum whatsoever, and they get a pull on him and come right to his bumper. I think if he'd have just stayed up with Brandon Jones, he'd have been okay. But now he's pulled Gregson back up here.
Watch that 98 in the outside lane. We mentioned him in the early portion of stage 2, Riley Herbst, and he faded, so perhaps he learned something in the early part.
Cindric goes to the outside of Gregson. He's going to shuffle Gregson out. And everybody follows, and Gregson's all by himself on the bottom. They're 3 wide, but Gregson's by himself.
This one's
Great
not
move
gonna
by
work out
Cindric.
So well for me. There's no help down there with 3 wide
He
bottom.
knows that 9 car is going to be tough to beat because he's got more help than him, and he's probably the only car that's as fast as him.
Well, I mean, maybe somebody, maybe.
So Gregson's going to have to tuck in line back about 12th place or so. Cindric's going for the lead. Much faster than Snyder. Neither one of them has a push. And here's Josh Berry with a big run. He doesn't do anything with it. He stays behind Cindric, who takes the lead now. So I'm cheering for Cindric more than I am Gregson. Just for the sake of getting 2 bets tomorrow.
He'd love to get it done at Talladega.
You talk about fast cars needing to lead lines, Joey, and they didn't obviously get to the back part of the 22, but once he came down, a really nice push-off. You really saw the 22 drive away. That tells me...
If I get 2 bets tomorrow, I want Ryan Newman and Ricky Stenhouse.
And if you see that back straightaway shot, so much fun. You watch those 2 cars go all the way to the top side.
Choo-choo! Here comes the train on the outside. They're forming up. And they made the mistake of letting the best car in the field get the lead.
Lane and a half wider and trying to stop. You know how it is. Daytona, you can block 2 or 3 lanes and be okay. Here it's hard.
Everybody's got to pit one more time, though.
You can go 5 wide around this racetrack.
Cindric, Josh Berry, Harrison Burton, Jeb Burton, Mike Snyder, the top 5, and we are trained up officially. Everybody's trained up. Yep, this is it, guys. Settle in. Try to stay awake.
But it was a smart move. I mean, everything we've seen up to this point, I wouldn't have expected to see what we got right now. And a lot of cars lined up around the top. So, I mean, a good move by Cindric and Berry to jump up there and calm this thing down. They're in a good spot.
It happened quick. Yeah, Josh Berry might actually be the only person that's...
Told you, Josh Berry's going to go back-to-back. And now he's 2nd place in the train in Stage 3. Well, I mean, where else would you want to be? I mean, leading the race, yeah, but he's got teammates. Cindric doesn't. Cindric's all by himself. And they've seen how fast he is today.
He's having a great run right now. A far cry from what the earlier parts of the race were. Spotter Tab Boyd had to remind him, don't get frustrated right now. He was stuck in the back of the pack. Said he couldn't find any rhyme or reason to what was going on with the moves. It was so much different than Daytona. It took him a little while to learn it. Looks like he's learning it well.
This race is a lot wilder than the Xfinity race was at Daytona earlier this year. That's for sure. But it's starting to settle down now.
That's not the case for Burton and his crew chief Jason Ratcliffe. In fact, Ratcliffe told me before the race they haven't met their expectations despite a couple of 3rd place finishes. He said they've been running around 5th and 6th.
Is that Hemrick jumping out of line back there, trying to make a go at this? Yep. Nobody went with him, not even his teammates. Harrison Burton stayed in line, Brandon Jones, well, Ty Dillon's there. But 2 cars ain't going to pass this big line. And Hemrick slots back in line. Didn't really lose anything. His teammate let him in.
I think he saw his teammate go down there trying to make
Ty Dillon got fucked on pit road, and now his race is probably ruined.
Back up in line. Oh no.
Just north of 60 laps complete at Talladega.
You can take all the commercial breaks you want now.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series on Fox.
Some rain would probably liven this race up now. In case we're wondering, 2 cars are out of the race. Curry because of overheating, and White because of a suspension issue. Game changer. Okay, there's lightning 20 miles south of the track. Keep that in mind. It doesn't even have to rain. That's alarming. Lightning has to be within, what, like 8 miles of the track? They said there's lightning about 20 miles away. I can't remember what the rule is for how close it's got to be. Excuse me. I don't even need to look at the leaderboard to know what's going on. I bet you Cindric's still leading. Yeah, there's weather in the area, but it's still so bright and sunny you can't even tell. But you got to watch them lightning strikes more than you got to watch the rain. We all know that. Austin Cindric may be about to get the most anticlimactic win of his career. If this goes green, yeah, they got to pit. Everybody's got to pit one more time. Depending on the weather situation, split it in half, but you better pit with teammates or somebody you're drafting with. Don't want to pit by yourself, obviously. But I'm assuming with the threat of weather, they're going to wait as long as they can before they pit. Some guys will. 48 to go. We are all single file all the way back. Cindric's right where he wants to be.
48 laps to go at Talladega, and now here's the play-by-play announcer of the WWE on Fox.
Oh, fuck off. Mute. Hey, Michael Cole, you going to send me a trash bag? You guys hear about that? They released everybody, and they sent Mickey James all her stuff in a fucking garbage bag, and just like, here you go. And then Triple H and Stephanie like, we fired who was responsible for that. It's like, yeah. You wouldn't have if there wasn't such a negative public outcry about it.
And some big guys, man. They throw down. They don't mess around.
Maybe we should have shown a shot of Gregson and Henry before we went to the WWE promo, huh?
I think it's time for another, training day. Have some experience.
Did he say train? Because that's what they're doing.
Day's not over yet.
Right?
A lot of things can happen. As you see this guy, they're just kind of clicking off laps here right now. I was looking at the weather during the commercial break here, and it looks like we got really lucky with the weather splitting us both sides. And maybe everyone's just clicking off some laps. Got to make one more stop here. So everyone's using their heads a little bit more right now.
I'm okay with the single file train because it's going to hurt Gregson's chances.
You say that.
I don't want Gregson winning.
Like that has to play into what is going on here. Everyone just waiting for that last pit stop. Then we'll probably see some.
He's trying to get. I see Gregson. He just pulled out of line way in the back, but it's just him and Riley Herbst. Nothing going on there. Oh my God, they're cranking it up. Is it Tom? Allgaier ducks out of line way further back. Now, is there an inside line forming? It looks like there is. Yep, enough cars have pulled out to at least start something here. Of course, I can't see who it is, so they just keep cutting to onboard cameras looking at anything but the action. Still can't see who it is. I know Allgaier's one of them. I think it's Moffitt and Allgaier, Gregson, Herbst, and Annette, Ty Dillon, Justin Haley. Well, barring any big wrecks and red flags, this race will be over well before any rain gets here. There's some moving around starting to go on here. Now everybody's moved to the bottom line. Cindric has moved down. Barry, here's the Burtons have. Now everybody's on the bottom. We got some cars pitting.
And here we go. A bit earlier than anticipated.
A lot of smoked tires going on. Cindric, Barry, Allgaier, Gregson, Moffitt, Herbst, and Annette all pitting. This is right on the edge of the window right here. This will be like just good enough to make it. Gas only for Allgaier. Gas only for Cindric, who just mentioned that he'd love to have some teammates. Gas only for everyone so far.
makes a stop, so does Noah Gregson. And you
44
guys know
laps
as
to go.
well as I do, there are so many layers to making a successful.
I think the Gibbs cars are going to pit this time. Here they come. And the Collin cars as well.
You don't want to slide your tires right here because then you're going to have to put 2 or 4 tires on.
Nope.
And you're going to lose the pack that you want to be with to try to win.
There you go. All the Collin cars, all the Gibbs cars.
The rain we had earlier today, that makes it difficult as well, Vince.
Well, and just as Joey indicated about not sliding the tires, that's exactly what they told Harrison Burton in that 20. Get in, get gas, but don't slide them. The 19 of Brandon Jones as well. They like their car. And the 2 of Myatt Snyder, be patient is the message, Regan.
Jeb Burton all day long. The plan is
Jeb Burton's the leader of that group as they come out.
See it right there as he peels out in front of the field. A good maneuver for them.
A mix of Toyotas and Chevrolets pitting together with 43.
Hey, there's David Starr.
Also on the pit lane, and it will cycle around and put Brandon Brown in the race lead. And now here he comes off the banking. Joe Graff in the 07 also making a pit stop.
Oh, we got a spinner coming to the pits.
Hero of Jeffrey Earnhardt, but
He saved it, no caution, and one car pulled on the track thinking there would be a caution. That's a bad break. Who pulled back out on the track? I didn't even see. Jeffrey Earnhardt slid sideways and then looped it and kept going. No yellow. And that really hurt whoever dodged pit road there.
Ryan Sieg, second here in the fall, also making a pit stop. Let's go back and watch.
Who's the poor bastard that pulled back out on track when he thought there would be a caution?
It's pretty early.
My cable's cutting out.
We call a lot of water.
Some back marker. Was that Jeremy Clements?
Well, I could've kinda
Yeah, it was Clements. Oh, Jeremy Clements just ruined his race. Now he's going to come back around and pit by himself after losing all that time to try to slow down to make it the first time. Great save by Jeffrey Earnhardt. That's not something I get to say very often, if ever.
And our new leader is Colby
Howard.
15, 19-year-old out of South
Hasn't
Carolina.
pitted yet, I don't believe.
A year ago, he was thinking about graduating from high school. Today, he's leading at Talladega.
Oh, man, he's really leading them, ain't he? He's 19 years old. They're letting him run a super speedway. I know he ran them last year.
Also in the top 5, Matt Mills is there, Mason Massey, all of these drivers.
Great name, Mason Massey.
41 laps remaining in Talladega, Alabama for the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Well, I think when it cycles through, Cindric will still be the leader with the Junior Motorsports cars behind him. There's Josh Berry going to be leading this race. I think Josh Berry might be the leader when this cycles through. Yeah, Robert, I checked the weather the last couple of days, and I was thinking, yeah, Saturday will probably be a wash. I was like, looking forward to that doubleheader on Sunday, though. That'd be nice, but I'm glad we got it in today, even though I do like Xfinity Cup doubleheader days. I was thinking they'd probably at least get one of the two races today in, ARCA or Xfinity. I didn't think they'd get both in, but here we are. And the weather tomorrow is perfect. Thank you, God. if you're real, thank you. Finally a Talladega race uninterrupted by weather. They could start it at 10 a.m. They could have done that. They would push the Cup race at 30 minutes to an hour to start the Xfinity race early. They could do it tomorrow. They've done it before. The Xfinity race, they would have started at 10 in the morning. Oh, we got a caution. Caution's out. Josh Berry's got a flat left rear, right rear. Sorry, Marty Reed. He lost a right rear. He really didn't hit anything. What's the caution for? Or did he spin out? Yeah, he spun out. He didn't hit anything, though. Josh Berry lost a right rear tire at Talladega and didn't hit anything or anyone. Nervously drives through the grass again. Remember how that worked out for him at Atlanta? But he made it. No damage. Now this race is going to get crazy.
Yeah, he's staying on the lead lap. I say he'd be good to go.
Tomorrow on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series is here in Talladega. It's the Geico 500 race day coverage. Begins 12:30 Eastern Time on FS1. Then we continue here on Fox at 1:30. You can also watch the action on the Fox Sports app. Front row, Denny Hamlin, who won here last fall. Joey Logano on the front row as well. Reddick, you start 20th tomorrow. Should be a good race. Hamlin up there going for his first win of the year.
This is where guys are going to start doing really stupid things.
And it's for Josh Berry, but look at the puddling.
We've only had one real caution today, and it was for a single car spin where he didn't hit anything. That's a good day for Talladega, but stay tuned. I think that's about to change. I bet you that's not the last caution. As hard as they raced for stage wins earlier, I bet you that's not the last caution. Ryan Vargas. You know, now would be a good time for weather to roll in because Vargas is leading. Come on, rain, 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 rain. Turn on that lightning clock. Let's wait for the rain to get here. Ryan Vargas is leading, and Matt Mills is second. Tell me you wouldn't want to see them win. They just pitted. Looks like old Harrison Burton's going to be the leader. Unfortunately, Gregson's going to be in the top 5. I'd say this definitely favors Gregson over Cindric. Cindric had it made as long as they were going to run single file towards almost the very end, but now they're going to be bunched up and teammates and Chevrolets and all that. Going to gang up on him. They're going to have to because Cindric is really fast.
Today we're in Talladega, Alabama, and here is
2 weeks they'll be in Darlington. I'll be there.
In 2 weeks, throwback weekend at Darlington. We're racing on May 8th. That's a Dash for Cash race. So is Dover next month. Then we go to the road course in Austin, Texas. Charlotte weekend, Memorial Day.
I might go to Charlotte. I ain't made up my mind yet. I can't decide if I want to even bother going to Charlotte.
And we wrap up our portion of the schedule June 12th on FS1 from Texas Motor Speedway. That will be All-Star Weekend for the NASCAR Cup Series.
Oh boy, the All-Star race at Texas, guys.
Under green have come in, and it's cycled through, putting Harrison Burton in the race lead. Cindric is up there, so is Jeb Burton.
By the way, Ty Dillon is 12th. We're not done yet, but It's not looking
to be
good.
A heck of a finish. We're inside of 40 to go, and everything is settled out. But something tells me we have not seen that yellow flag for the final time.
Absolutely not. But I got my tires. Whatever I got on it, I got it. But I have fuel to get to the end. It is time to go. I don't think you're going to see a whole bunch of that single file racing. I don't believe, because you're not looking for one more pit stop. At that point in the race earlier, it was kind of like, maybe we'll just click off some laps. I got to make another pit stop anyways. Now I have everything I need. It's go time. Get me to the front.
Yeah, I mean, you could be more right. I mean, the pit stop's out of the way. Now you're just purely battling for position as the laps click off and we approach the end of it. And that intensity is just, I don't know, it's been all over the place today. It was pretty high, it was pretty tame there this last run that we had, but it's going to go right back to 10 where it was in stage 2, I feel like.
There have been 30 races here at Talladega. Today is the 31st for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. 12 races have had a last lap pass. So I know you guys are saying, as we're well over 30 laps to go, we're starting to get to go time. But when do you officially hit the button? Because I feel like maybe you got to have a little gas left in the tank for those closing laps, right?
I think you're talking to maybe a biased opinion over here. You got two of the most aggressive drivers in the Cup Series.
Way to suck your own dick there, Joey.
The green flag comes out. That's when I hit the button.
Yeah, it's go time, man. You got to feel it out from this lap to the last one. If you ride around, you may not have, like I said, it's all about working with those guys. We've had a lot of laps up to this point, but
Green with 34 laps to go. Harrison Burton, Cindric, Jeb Burton, Gregson, Allmendinger, and Allgaier.
Cover your eyes during this race tomorrow, because these two, they're ready to go get it from the very start of the race. Let's get an update on Josh Berry. Regan?
Well, guys, that was definitely a flat tire for that car as we speculated.
Yeah, that was definitely a flat tire. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Shortly thereafter, it did. He had the problem, had the spin. A second pit stop just to make sure everything was clear fender-wise on that car. They should be good to go to the end. They just need a caution as they're one lap down right now.
Yeah, they did go a lap down, as you said, so they'll need that free pass.
Those Cup cars seem to flip rather easily, DFS. I would say it's a strong possibility.
He was cashed out up there.
And he's resting up for tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. I'll be there in a few minutes as soon as this race is over.
Look at that kid sleeping in the stands. In the Joey Logano hat. Wake up, you fuck. 34 laps to go. Take you to the racetrack and you fall asleep. Burton's the leader. He's got his cousin behind him. Is there going to be an alliance there? They gave Cindric that outside line. I don't think that's smart, but he's got multiple Chevrolets lined up behind him, and they're going to try to get him out of there, I'd imagine. If I'm Gregson right behind Cindric, I'm working as hard as I can to shuffle the 22 out. He's the car to beat. You got to get him out. The Burtons pull ahead on the bottom with Allmendinger behind them. I'm telling you, Gregson and Allgaier have got to get Cindric out of there. Got to get him out. Harrison's going to lead this lap. He's got to go up and block Cindric, who shoots to the middle on him, and then he blocks that move. Stay with Cindric. Stay with Cindric. Because now Jeb Burton's to the inside, and he's taking the lead. I see dark clouds in the distance. With 33 to go. Now Harrison Burton's up in front of Cindric on the outside. And that line pulls ahead by a nose. We got two Burtons up front. Right now, it looks like a Burton's going to win the race. Can I blame the kid for falling asleep? Well, hell, they only train raced for about 20 laps or so. And now it's getting good. And it's getting cloudy, guys. I see dark clouds. Harrison Burton leads this lap again. That inside line is starting to fall back. Now they're making another run back. And Gregson goes to the inside of Cindric. And Allgaier goes with him. They did exactly what I said they should do. Try to get Cindric out. Herb stays with Cindric. Cindric's got help, but it's a couple of cars back. They shuffled him out.
No, Gregson now
Harrison Burton just needs to hold his line. Jeb's to his inside now. Hold your line. They're 3 wide from about 4th on back.
Got some Chevrolets lined up in the middle.
Man, these runs are really slow developing, but when they come fast. That's what she said. It's hard to anticipate it, though, because it develops so slowly. It's not like the Cup cars where you can see a run coming a mile away. Jeb Burton out front. With a teammate behind him. Cindric's making a comeback with Herbst Sieg, and now Allmendinger and Burton pull up in front of them. Man, I almost picked Jeb Burton today, you fuckers. I almost picked Jeb Burton today. But I felt good about Ty Dillon for some reason. I have not been rewarded for that pick. I'm very disappointed. Ty Dillon's barely hanging on to this lead pack. 30 laps to go.
The thing is, I'm not sure anyone's going to want to work on him.
2 Collie cars back to the bottom. Now Gregson goes to the middle. Now, oh boy. They're going to die.
I think if you're behind, you want to work with him.
Jeb Burton, I don't know what you do, man.
You're in the mirror all the time.
At least the runs are slow developing. I'd be stressed out as fuck to be leading right now. Ooh, block your teammate. Go with your teammate. Mike Snyder's the leader of that top line. He's going to have a big push coming here from Harrison Burton. And Jeb pulls up to block. Oh, he's loose. Oh, man. He blocked a huge run that Snyder had from getting pushed by Harrison Burton.
Yeah, it's getting intense here again for sure. Big moves, big blocks.
Here's Cindric again. Coming through the middle is Brett Griffin. Coaches our race leader, Jeb Burton.
Jeb just ran across all 3 lanes to get back to the bottom to pick up A.J. Allmendinger. You smell a wreck coming? I can see it coming. You better go side by side here, Fox, or I'm going to fuck. Oh, there it is. Michael Annett, Ty Dillon, Brandon Jones. Yep, my pick is out of the race. Well, he might not be out, but he's not going to win in that. Brandon Jones is definitely out.
We've all talked about it.
2 Gibbs cars done right there.
These kind of situations.
Hey, and that spares us a commercial break.
Brandon Jones, one of our drivers, going for that $100,000 bonus via the Dash for Cash, and he's busted up. And probably all done today.
Let's see what happened here.
The 07. What the fuck? I think he had a flat tire. He had a right front go down.
Either had a tire go down or lost the handling for sure in some way.
I mean, for him to get that tight and drive all.
Yeah, 07 must have had a flat tire.
I'm pretty sure he had something go wrong.
Michael Annett got clobbered by Ty Dillon, and then Brandon Jones got the worst of it.
These cars do creep up on you. I mean, you do feel very good in the draft here, but it situations like
Reddick's echoing what I said.
Big pileups.
These things sneak up on you.
All of a sudden, you don't have any handling issue all race long. You get in a situation like that with cars on your outside, and you know the car just does something you're not predicting, and it creates situations like these.
Unbelievable work by our camera folks. I mean, you can just see the debris flying through the air off of these race cars. Jones trying to get through, and Annett almost spun clean down in front of Ty Dillon, but once the 54 got together with the 19, it was on.
And not that you can say you're lucky.
Ty Dillon on suicide watch now.
A little bit lucky that Brandon Jones was there, because that was going to be a hard hit to the outside wall.
4th caution of the day, 2nd time.
Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't pick Michael Annett either. I was thinking Ty Dillon, Michael Annett, or Jeb Burton, and 2 of them are out now. Oh no, that goes to Davey Allison. It's getting dark. Jeff Burton is hoping we get a bunch of cautions. Slow this thing down and wait for some weather to come in. Just a lot. He just needs one lightning strike. Just one. Talladega doesn't have lots, although they should, because the playoff race at Talladega should be a night race. Hashtag ratings. It's been a really good Xfinity race. Jarrett Lundberg, Fox tried to sneak off just before something happened. Oh my God. So the guy, Derek, what's his name? Derek Lancaster, who was in the wreck in ARCA. His wife said, I try to keep everyone updated. Right now he's on a ventilator until they can assess the lung damage. He will be on it for at least 48 hours. Second and third degree burns to both arms, neck, and face. Nothing internal as far as breaks or bleeding. He's going to a trauma unit. And hopefully he'll be okay. Oh, gee, that sounds way worse than I thought. So that's an update on Derek Lancaster from the ARCA race. So, about 15 minutes ago, heavy shower about 15 miles west of the track, moving at 30 miles an hour. No lightning in the cell. So, there's no lightning, so it's going to take rain to stop this. About 20 to 30 minutes away. We're up against the clock here. Jeff Burton's like, let's stay yellow.
Plus a stack card of Mexican firepower. It all goes down next Saturday live on pay-per-view. 27 laps to go for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Talladega Superspeedway with Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick. I'm Adam Alexander.
You think Fox would offer us an update themselves on Derek Lancaster on the broadcast here?
Yeah, like we said, I think something happened with the black.
Oh, Davey Allison, save it. Oh, he got hit.
Just start this wreck, and
I love that paint scheme, though. It's a damn shame it's running all the way in the back.
created a mess.
Yeah, it's a tough break for Joe Graff Jr. and obviously those Gibbs cars, Brandon Jones was racing for a lot today. On top of, always going for the win, that you hate to pick up in something like this when you have a shot at.
That Ty Dillon Mobile 1 car is a nice paint scheme. It's a shame it got tore up. It's a shame I wasted a bet on him. I should have known.
Coming up next, the good part is you want your teammates to all work together, but the bad part is if there's a crash, most of the time all of them are going to get in it together. So you're all in or all out.
Yeah,
it's
quite
just
literally.
I wouldn't want to own a car at Talladega.
And for Brandon Jones, third time in the last 4 races, his car's gotten beat up and he'll finish deep in the field. Jeff Burton, the leader, when we return to the green flag.
As we monitor the weather situation. I still haven't seen the video of the wreck, DFS, but I saw pictures and I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was like that car detonated. Josh Berry gets the free pass. A couple more wrecks like that last one, maybe a little bigger. He'll be right back in this bad boy. Heavy rain is about 10 minutes away from Talladega. Oh boy. Ty Dillon's 4 Xfinity starts this year, 2 wrecks on super speedways, got wrecked on a restart at Las Vegas with his spotter's radio dying, and then had mechanical issues at Homestead. Ty Dillon does not have any more scheduled races as of now for this year. Eee. Hey, it's a Dover commercial. I was about to get excited. Oh, darn Bert. No, it's Dover.
We have more proof today that social media is undefeated because we have some celebrities tweeting about today's race. And this from Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, 29 laps to go. My good friend Jeff Burton is leading. Did I miss something? Because
hey, there's Jeff Burton.
Wait a minute here. And here's my thing: is he talking about Jeb, J-E-B, who is leading, or Jeff's son Harrison, who was leading the race? I don't know. But Jeff is here, so that's good.
We know he's not in the car.
I'd like to go up in the stands and hang out with Jeff Burton.
Let's go to Vince.
Well, certainly a frustrating end of the day for Brandon Jones, one of our Dash for Cash contenders. What happened there, Brandon?
Yeah, gosh, such a difficult track to make it to at the end. I just saw whoever it was in front of me, I can't name the car number, but saw him kind of get turned, or I lost it, and Stevie was yelling, check up, and I thought that was definitely not the right thing to do. Man, yeah, so this right here came up into me, and at that point I couldn't see it. So it's hard to miss the ones you can't see, but hate it for, gosh, Menards, everybody that puts a lot of effort into coming here. I don't know, man, we're going to have to go back to the drawing board, try to get the teammates work with us a little bit better next time as well. I don't think we, as a group, executed that the way we
Wow, Brandon Jones said exactly what I was thinking. I don't think the Gibbs cars did a good job of staying together.
Thanks, Brandon. And a pointed statement there, Adam, about the teammates working together. We'll see.
Look at that cloud over turn 2. Oh, my God. Can we get this race restarted before that hits? Because the sense of urgency is about to be through the roof. It's getting really dark out there. What just happened is not a lap car. Joe Graff cut a tire, took out Brandon Jones, Ty Dillon, Michael Annette. We were under caution. There's rain in the area. There's going to be 23 laps to go here, and Jeb Burton's the leader. That's what's just happened. But there's rain in the area.
The restart is your leader, Jeb Burton. Outside of him, Austin Cindric. Here's 22 radio.
I think everyone's going to have to race like the race is going to end. So it could be a crazy 23 laps here.
Yeah, they're about to just go crazy here because that cloud could open up any time now.
Brian Wilson, the crew chief, coaching up his driver, as if he needed to have the green light turned on when it comes to aggression.
Yeah, you got to go either way, whether it's about to rain or not. There's only 24 laps to go, which is a long time. But I guess we'll have to kind of wait.
Oh, don't you love that Riley Herbst has ended up in the top 5 here?
Kind of snuck up on me. I didn't see it up there.
Look at that.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm seeing from.
As I was talking there a minute ago, I saw the whole grandstands all of a sudden stand up and start moving. I was trying to figure out.
Oh, they're waving off the start. They're waving it off.
It looked like some weather might be moving in.
Yeah, we were getting ready to go green, and now they've added a lap.
Why are we adding a lap?
What's happening here?
And they appear to be monitoring the skies.
Well, I guess they don't want a fucking downpour to happen when these guys are running 190, so, I mean.
We have crossed paths.
Jeb Burton's your leader. We have rain looming. We're not restarting here. 23 laps to go. Oh, it's raining. It's raining. Yee boy. So now it's going to be, how bad is it going to rain? How long is it going to take to dry the track? Will we lose daylight? When is sunset in Talladega? We'll find out right now. Let's go Talladega weather.
Well, it's not much, is it? Look at that.
It doesn't look like much.
I think this thing could pass fairly quickly. There's a little bit of yellow in there. That would say a little heavier rain. I'm not a meteorologist here, but let's listen to the 10 here.
Rain, 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 rain.
Chris Ross.
Oh,
Brad.
Was that Brad or Chris? I can't tell the two apart.
Sunset is at 7:22 p.m. So that's the big thing. So around 7:30, 7:45, it'll be too dark, possibly. How long is it going to rain here, and how are they going to lose the track? That's the question now.
They are going to bring him down pit road here.
And we're going to red flag it now.
And just for what it's worth, Jeb was second in this race last year.
So now I got to hang out and do rain delay fucking coverage.
So he came here feeling
Lame.
there was some unfinished business. And for the record, his dad Ward won the Daytona 500 back in 2002. Had a lot of great success.
Yeah, DFS, I'll check that out after the race. Thank you, because I hadn't seen it yet. I'm going to go grab something to drink. I'll be right back.
I think we missed Jeff's rain dance. We must have missed it before we cut to him. He must have been up there doing his little, little movement to get the clouds to open up.
That must have been it. Obviously.
I tried.
Well, hopefully this isn't, as you saw, that the cell wasn't really big. So, yeah, they're rooting for the rain, that's for sure. Obviously, if you're the 10 car, all you want is it to pour right now. If you're the other racers, other 39 cars on the racetrack, you're going to say, let's go back, it's not that bad, it'll dry up soon, but this is a big rain.
I'd be good with a Jeb Burton win, even if it's a rain-shortened one.
And they lost the track.
This track is
The track, they just lost the track.
a little rain cell, and it only
Remember, sunset is at 7:22.
Shows it all. It's coming down now, Regan.
We need a solid hour and a half of delay for Jeb Burton to get called the winner.
So we have got precipitation everywhere.
And I was up here trying to play
I'll go to
weatherman,
Discord, I'll check it out.
And during the commercial break, I said, we're good to go with the weather. And then it started raining. This hill kind of popped up out of nowhere on me.
Let's try Regan one more time.
Hey guys, it might look okay where you guys were at. I assure you it's not okay now.
Okay. Maybe if I keep it on the small video player, you guys will be able to see it too. It's going to be very small, but we're going to watch this race. There's raining like a motherfucker right now.
5, 4, 3, 1, green flag. It's 29 outside, 21 half back behind. Here comes the outside.
It's this year's ARCA race. It just happened today, actually.
Nice and smooth on your wheel. 20 high with you. 20 still high with you. Top is clear. We'll stay bottom here for now. Stay bottom here for now. They're right there at the 23. Nice and smooth here on the bottom.
Just live reacting to this wreck from the
29
ARCA
half
race.
back up top. No help on the top lane. Top now has help. 29 two back with help. Stay bottom here for now. 29 two back. Half.
Man, ARCA sucks. I heard that the safety crews took way too long to get to this guy when his car was on fire. That's disappointing to hear. It's the same way when fucking Ryan Newman just died last year.
Tyler does a great job. He's a great spotter. I've known him for a long time. He's really teaching them.
See, Ryan Blaney did commentary on the ARCA race.
The Trinity cars are fast, and the yellow line can be your best friend. And also, it's great too because
Get this damn right.
outside lane is really going to step up here this finish. We've seen big pushes and big wins come.
I think if those Venturini cars would clear Derek Lancaster,
Drivers obviously getting out of their cars right
try
now.
to go around the outside. So the best thing right now for Nick Sanchez is for Derek Lancaster to stay side by side with those Venturini cars.
When you're in a hornet's nest like this, I listened to Tyler Green. He was so calm.
This stream brought to you by Coke Zero
Even a
Sugar.
moment that he almost had in that 2 car for Nick Sanchez. His spotter was so calm, talking him through everything.
I think the Venturini cars would be better with the 15 of Drew Dollar in front of the 20, because I don't think the 20, even though he's doing a great job battling for the 3rd spot, I don't think his car is as good as it was early in the race. He's got a good pusher now with Drew Dollar, his teammate. Watch this bump right here. Oh.
Derek Lancaster in the 29, in the
Oh, there
wall,
it is.
in flames. He was just on the outside of Corey Heim,
damn.
and Drew Dollar came through. He's got to get out of that race car.
He's trying to stop it and get out.
Got down in the grass, turned it sideways.
That's awful.
Still on fire, though.
just talking about what a great job
how does that
they're
happen?
doing in that 29 car. They'll release that window
Didn't even
net.
really hit the
That
wall
is
that hard.
the sign. Our leader Brett Holmes watching on.
I think he got out. That's a good start. Yeah, it looks like he's laying on the ground. The AMR safety guy's right there with him.
Hey, wait a minute. Did they just call it?
AMR does a good job of...
Jeb Burton is your winner at Talladega.
I don't think he knows. He doesn't know yet. He's like, wait, what? Me, right? You won?
Look at AJ Allmendinger.
I can tell Jeb's like happy, but he wanted to win it under green.
I won my first race in the rain. It's a little bit different than
Jeb Burton is the winner. They just called it.
when it happened. He deserves to win.
They've lost the track. It would take them over an hour to get it dry, maybe more. Sunsets at 7:22.
There is true joy for
Race over. Jeb Burton is the winner. Why does the leaderboard say Austin Cindric? It's Jeb Burton.
Leaders right there, Joey. Chris Rice in the hat, Matt Collig on the left in the golf shirt, who really has made all of this happen. You can't give enough credit to them and the way they have built this organization. From a
Leaderboard's still saying Cindric, but it's Jeb Burton.
in the playoffs to winning races to running.
Well, he was one of my three I was looking at. I'd narrowed it down to Ty Dillon, Jeb Burton, or who was the other one? I was thinking Ty Dillon, Jeb Burton, or Michael Annette. Yeah, that was the other one. Jeb Burton doing a burnout in the rain.
That's pretty cool. It's always fun to do burnouts, man. And you know what? You can do a burnout for a long time in the rain because your tires aren't going to wear out that quick.
Yeah, take advantage of it.
Let it rip, man. Keep burning them down.
You know, he was running part-time last year for Junior Motorsports, and he felt like he needed to parlay that opportunity into a
Still
win
raining.
for his career, and he was unable to win. And as I said earlier, the closest he
Yeah, we kind of got robbed of probably a great finish.
hadn't forgotten about that.
But I'm happy for Jeb Burton. Colleague Racing owns the super speedways these days, it seems. Yeah, he locked up and almost hit the wall head on doing his burnout.
There you go. He's maintained his composure. That's good. My composure wouldn't have been that. You would have seen the reaction on my face. I was like, oh, this about to get ugly.
You ever wrecked a car doing a burnout before?
Yes.
You have? Okay, me too.
Yeah, it's not
All
fun.
right.
I will tell you where.
Remember that time Denny Hamlin wrecked his car at Pocono doing a burnout?
Let's go to the onboard when he about threw it away, celebrating. One hand, casual, clutch fist.
It's sinking in now.
It's sinking in that he's won it. At first, he didn't look that happy, but now he's like, fuck yeah, dude, I won. Let it rain. It's still raining. Well, if he fails post-race, I guess Cindric wins. Have they updated the leaderboard to get this right?
Jeff's been at this a long time. I mean,
No, it still says Cindric. It's fucking Jeb Burton, dude. Update the leaderboard. There you go. They got it.
And it's been tough. I mean, he's had good opportunities. Things haven't gone great, and he's got a great opportunity here with Colleague Racing, and it's been really great to see that team.
Rain won't be a problem tomorrow, I'm happy to say.
And Noah Gregson, for a second consecutive race, Vince, wins the big money. He gets the $100,000 in the Dash for Cash.
Yeah, you know, normally you win $100 grand, you're pretty excited about it, right? And Noah Gregson wins $100,000 with the Dash for Cash, but at the same time, balancing a little bit of disappointment because you didn't get a chance to run for the win. Did you feel like you had a car capable of winning?
Absolutely. Our Bass Pro Shop True Timber Camaro was really fast, and
If this race didn't start till 4 o'clock, this rain delay wouldn't be a problem.
Picker did awesome.
We'd have more daylight left.
And I was really just trying to do big highlight moves and trying to get on the big screen here and on TV.
Captain Dipshit won the Dash for Cash with a 6th place finish.
$100,000 is a big one for us, and this is 2 times in a row, 2 weekends in a row, so it's pretty cool to be able to do that. And but man, I wanted to race for the win really bad for Johnny.
It's
Morris.
really raining now.
I know how much this track, Talladega, means to not only Johnny Morris and the rest of the Bass Pro Shop group, but the Earnhardt family as well. So the motor guys over at the Hendrick Engine Shop, they did a heck of a job this week. Worked their tails off. Fab Shop, awesome job after Daytona, and 100,000 is nice, but I race for wins. So it is what it is, but we're in Dega, baby.
Yep. Appreciate all you guys watching, and roll tide. Thanks to Dex.
Well done. Thanks, Noah.
Not the start to the year that Noah Gregson wanted, but for the second straight week, as we talked about, he's won 100.
Well, I guess this is where we got to part ways till tomorrow. The race is over. Jeb Burton, first career win. Cindric, second. Allmendinger, third. Raleigh Herbst, fourth. Ryan Sieg, fifth. Captain Dipshit, sixth. Brandon Brown, seventh. Justin Haley, eighth. Mike Snyder, ninth. Harrison Burton, 10th. Tommy Joe Martin's 11th. Hey, he finally got a good break and finished a race. He got a halfway decent finish, but all right, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go relax and enjoy my weekend because I haven't had to work since Thursday. And it's so peaceful. It's so peaceful. So I'll see you guys tomorrow around 2 o'clock. And hopefully we'll win big money. Good night. Wait a minute. NASCAR heat stream. Not tonight. I'm too tired. I'm too tired. But anyway, I'll see y'all later.